My name is Nina Kumar, and I have to attempt to introduce Kyra Tennyson. When I first met Kyra in 9th grade, I didn't know what to think. She was always laughing and smiling. Seriously, who can be that happy all the time? Seems fake. But since then, I've learned that Kyra is just always going to be that person who will make you smile when you're having a bad day, whether it's because of her inability to read a clock or stop laughing in serious situations. It's extremely hard to break this girl's spirit. She's usually the butt of Señora's jokes in Spanish, but still laughs at herself even if she doesn't know what's going on. She's also one of the few brave enough to attempt to ride a skateboard down the senior hall, despite the fact that she knows it'll end in failure. The class of 2018 would not be the same without her, so here she is, our one and only Kyra Alfie James Tennyson.
If you have taken a science course here at St. Mary's, you might be familiar with the second law of thermodynamics. If you have little or no recollection of ever learning this, allow me to refresh your mind. Basically, this law states that entropy increases over time. In other words, it means that the amount of disorder and chaos in the universe is always increasing. It is the reason why ice cubes melt in a glass of water and why you can't unscramble an egg. I have found this law to be true in the realms of science, but also extremely relevant in my own life. As life goes on, chaos increases. Each year of growing older brings new decisions and new responsibilities, and it's not difficult to become lost in a hole of confusion. In fact, we are destined to experience this disorder and chaos. Throughout the past few years, I've come to know chaos in many different forms. Chaos is 7:30 on a Tuesday morning. When I've slept through my alarm clock, I can't find my left shoe, and it suddenly strikes me that I still have 20 pages of Crime and Punishment to read before first period. Chaos is a high school swim meet, jumping into a freezing cold pool in the middle of January with hundreds of other nervous teenagers. Chaos is the last period of the day on a Friday afternoon in calculus, as the ceiling starts to drip murky rainwater, when feelings of exhaustion and excitement overpower all morals. In these moments, it sometimes seems as if there is no hope for restoration. At surface level, it can appear as if we are all doomed by this law that demands the existence of disorder. However, if I've learned anything in these moments, it is that chaos is not the end of the world. I think that it is often in these moments of complete and total chaos that we are able to overcome our greatest obstacles. This year, in English, we read The Myth of Sisyphus. In this story, Sisyphus is sentenced to futile labor and forced to push an enormous rock to the top of a mountain over and over again, only to have it fall back to the bottom each time. In the face of this misery, Sisyphus is not defeated by his challenge. In fact, he is able to embrace it and become liberated. Sisyphus does not let the chaos of his life control him. By accepting his punishment, he is able to change his fate and achieve happiness. I don't think we are doomed by the second law of thermodynamics. For the most part, chaos is inevitable. We will face some form of it nearly every day. Although we usually cannot control when this chaos will come or what manner of havoc it will cause in our lives, we can choose how we will move forward from this sudden increased entropy, this sudden chaos. Some people might believe it is easier to let this disorder rule our lives. In fact, there have been many times when I have given in to chaos myself. However, I don't think that this is the answer. Through chaos, we are challenged and grow as individuals. We must be able to accept the fact that things will not always go the way we planned. So, if you sleep through your alarm clock on a Tuesday morning, don't go back to sleep. You can read the last few pages of Crime and Punishment while you find your other shoe and brush your teeth. If you ever find yourself in the St. George's swimming pool, know that the water will get warmer if you just start swimming. And when the ceiling starts to leak in Mr. Soane's room again, we have a large trash can ready to catch the water. The amount of chaos in the universe is always increasing, and things will not always go the way that we want them to. However, I don't think we should ignore this disorder entirely. We must be able to embrace chaos for what it is and have the strength to move forward in our lives. Thank you.